Welcome to the RPG Talk Show. My name is Daniel Ivy, and this is...
John Welker, Vice President of RPG Research. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the research and development of role-playing games in all formats and genres for all players.
Yes, and we utilize this research to achieve recreational, leisure, educational, and therapeutic goals. Today's main topic is going to be community outreach online.
Yes. And after Traps and Rules, we'll be unboxing the Curse of Strahd artifact package
And the Wanderer's Guide.
And the Wanderer's Guide. And we're going to do another one. It'll be a real quick one. Wasn't planned, but we'll do a really quick unboxing.
Yeah. But first, into just chatting. Was there any topics that you want to talk about today?
Well, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, on the way here, I was telling you about that I'm very much anticipating the next Forgotten Realms books, because there were going to be new feats, new Bastion facilities, and this is one that I'm very much interested in, the rules on circle magic. And you were mentioning that you had not recently, but some time ago, written up for 3rd edition rules for coven magic and ley lines.
Right. So back when 3rd edition came out, and they came out with the first OGL, allowing you to publish things, people were scrambling to get things published.
Yes.
I got hooked up with a group of, I think, 3 people, maybe more. But Guy hired us to do Gala's Grave.
Okay.
And Gala's Grave was one of the first OGL modules to hit the market. The problem was the guy that hired us didn't pay us.
Ooh.
And this was it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite understand what the job of an editor was. So I edited it strictly on is your grammar correct? Is the decimal point, the periods in the right place? I checked it for spelling, grammar, and punctuation, and I really didn't bother myself with editing the story.
Ah, okay. Now I was curious because there's been one let's call it, well, it is a prestige class from 3rd edition that I've been waiting for a conversion to 5th edition, because I have a character that I very much would like to use.
Yeah, what's that?
The Geomancer.
Right, and the Geomancer would go well into the product that I was doing. We had Geomancy. So I was working with a guy to do what we call 1066.
Yeah.
And it was basically Dungeons and Dragons in the year 1066 Earth.
Okay.
And, with a lot of emphasis on the Fae. And I was writing, my job was to write the Fae. But I was also writing ley lines and circle magic.
Yeah.
Or coven magic, however you want to call it. Group magic.
Yes.
And I need to find that stuff, because I think I want to try to reconvert some of that to 5th edition. I'll see what they do with circle magic here first.
Right, because I know that with the Geomancer prestige class from 3rd edition, they were very much, there were a couple of things that I liked about it. I liked that they were trying to do something with ley lines, but for me, the primary thing that I was interested in was the drifting that was happening. Drift was a mechanic in 3rd edition where the further along the prestige class you went, the more mutations you had. So it started off with very cosmetic, like, oh, you have spots, or you have tufts of feathers, and later on you'd eventually, actually grow wings. Yeah.
For a Geomancer?
Yes.
See, my version of the Geomancer did not mutate.
Right.
It was a person who used the natural earth as their magic and the energy of ley lines. Now, one of the things is there was a magical boost by casting along a ley line.
Yeah.
But the real magic happens at nexuses, where two ley lines cross.
Yeah.
And where the more ley lines crossing, the more boost to your powers came along. I also worked on circle magic, casting spells with more than one person.
Yeah.
And what kind of boosts you can get from that. And of course, the accumulation was, you really want super powerful magic, you get a bunch of high-level wizards or spellcasters working on a multi-line nexus and doing circle magic there.
So how did you determine the ley lines?
Well, I cheated. I looked up ley lines in real life and where they're supposed to be.
Okay, so...
Because I was working with Earth in the year 1066,
yeah.
I already have ley line maps.
So you didn't come up with a mechanic on how to dynamically generate ley lines in a fictional world?
I didn't need to.
You didn't need to. Okay.
I also didn't need to come up with most of the fluff for fairy, because...
You're just pulling from history.
Yeah. Now, I definitely was doing pre-Shakespearean fairies, so they weren't all itty-bitties, and they weren't... they weren't all pretty and mischievous.
Yeah.
Some of them were dark and scary.
Yeah.
And that was on the good guy side.
And this is something that I've for me, it's a big thing whenever they're dealing with, whenever I have players dealing with the Fae. I've seen a handful of players come into the game treating the Fae as like, oh, they're pretty and they're sanitized because, St. Paddy's Day and a lot of the sanitizing of the Fae that happened after that. But
right.
I let them know that the Fae are going to be scary, and not in the, the quote unquote good Fae, the Seelie Court. Even they're terrifying because they're not going by normal morality.
Right. Definitely one of the problems that humans have had with Fae is they don't understand how fragile we are.
Right.
And their idea of a practical joke might cost you an arm and a leg. Literally.
Yes. That, one of it is their, the long scope of time that they tend to view things. And for me, I love watching videos like this where they go into the dynamics of blue-orange morality as opposed to black and white. So I recently came across a video by Pointy Hat. I love his stuff, and he loves the Fae, particularly loves hags, where he was going over a dynamic where he was trying to rework the Fae so that instead of dealing with Seelie Court or Unseelie Court, you're dealing with, are they dealing with do the Fae follow a pact, or do they follow a promise? And it was weird, where a Fae may, they promise to do something, and they will always do it, even if the circumstances change. And the idea he had there was the fairy godmother. The fairy godmother says they are always going to protect this child. And even when they grow up, they look at things in a very long timeline. They're always going to be a child to them.
Of course.
Right. So even if that child turns into a horrible person, they're still protecting them.
Right. That protection was not based on morality or anything. Now, there would be ways to break that. For example, I'm sorry, you wore blue shoes. We're done. Yeah. I'm not talking to you ever again because you wore blue shoes.
So that would be based off of the dynamics, the rules of that morality. And I feel...
It's also the rules
Yeah.
of the contract.
Right.
One of the other problems humans have with Fae is you might not understand what the rules are.
Exactly. And a lot of that mystery with the Fae is we don't necessarily know how the Fae are going to be treating certain things. We don't know how the morality is going to be, and it may not be on a court-by-court basis. It may be on a Fae-by-Fae basis.
Well, in traditional Celtic Fae, because, the Nordic Fae are a bit different, but they're blended in with these groups. The African and Japanese Fae are completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, they all share different characteristics that mark them as Fae or spirit folk.
Yes.
So
in the Japanese, that would be like the yonkai?
Well, not necessarily the yokai, but spirits, fox spirit.
Oh, okay. Like the kitsune, the kappas.
Yes.
Okay.
The other groups that you have, so like I said, in our traditional Western Celtic-centric Fae, we're looking at the Seelie, the Unseelie, and the unaligned.
Yes.
Not unalignment, but not aligned with either one of those. The uncourted.
Yes.
Free roaming. I forgot there was a specific term for it. And
I believe I've come across it as well, but it's not connecting right now.
Right. The wild Fae.
Yeah.
So, for example, the wild hunt is neither Seelie or Unseelie. Some just don't care about court.
Yeah.
And they're going to be... So it's not evil Fae versus good Fae when you have the Seelie versus the Unseelie. You just have two countries of Fae and territory, and it just turns out the Unseelie Fae are less human appreciative than the Seelie Fae. We're judging the Fae based on how they treat us, as opposed to any actual alignment that they would have. They don't, you know how people treat pets.
Yeah.
They're cute little things that stick around for a little while, then you replace them. Well, humans are cute little things that stick around for a little while, and then you replace them.
Yeah, if they tend to be, less empathetic towards them. I know that, for example, I've had multiple pets, and I understand that, their lifespan isn't as long as mine, but God knows that when one of them passes, I'm torn up.
Right, but we're not talking your favorite dog or cat. We're talking your goldfish.
I got pretty broken up about a goldfish, too.
You're 7.
No, I wasn't 7. I was 9.
Okay.
And honestly, for me, what that was is I got tired of the fish dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are people who've gotten used to the fish dying. And so, like I said, I wrote Gala's. I didn't write Gala's. I edited Gallagher's Grave. And one of the things I missed was that there were like this long lost place. Gala's Grave was the long lost, and it hasn't been seen for 75 years.
Yeah, that's a drop in the bucket for elves.
Right. This is in their lifetime. This is...
A dwarf would know about that. Yeah. A gnome would know about that.
So, this is recent history. And that was, one of the biggest errors. It's like saying, in 1980 there was this place, but it's disappeared off the map. Nobody remembers about this place in 1980. there are plenty of people who remember about whatever this place
Yeah.
is in 1980.
Yeah. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So, I believe, because I've heard this story before, someone pointed out that, yeah, you missed that.
Well, I think it is safe to say, I don't know for 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that Gala's Grave was the worst thing that was ever produced for third edition.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty bad productions for third edition.
I may want to go back to it, and I'm not going to ask permission of the guy that commissions the work.
Yeah.
He didn't pay anybody. As far as I'm concerned, he's lost the right to any of the work.
If you didn't sign over your copyright, then you may still have copyright on that.
I was an editor.
Okay.
No copyright for me.
Ah.
The only person that has a right to complain is the author.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to do this, I would probably get the author in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Only because they wrote the first thing and they never got paid for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I was thinking about, especially with
and the artist. See, the artist, the writer, and the editor got paid nothing, while the guy who wrangled us all together, they actually sold the product.
And you never got a cut.
Nothing.
Yeah. But I was thinking, because I know I've mentioned this before, that I'm working on for 5th edition, some additional rules to track alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Along the law and chaos, the good and evil, axis. But I was also thinking about, is there a way for me to modify that system to allow for, as I mentioned, blue and orange morality?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the sake of the audience,
yeah,
why don't you explain blue and orange morality versus black and white morality?
Okay, so black and white morality is based off of effectively our empathy. Do we consider it good, or do we consider it evil? Now, my take on morality is, are you hurting someone?
Do what you will, cause harm to none.
Exactly. Blue-orange morality it isn't anti-morality, it is different morality. So, and honestly, it's any type of different morality system. So, with the Fae, you could say the morality of a dryad is, are you hurting their forest or not?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how you're hurting the forest. To them, that's evil. If you're promoting growth in the forest, it doesn't matter if it's now being out of control. That's considered good for them. That would be an example of good, well, not good or evil, but blue or orange morality. They may not necessarily care how many people they hurt in trying to spread their forest.
Right. And not to dunk on real-world religions, depending on which side of the crusade you are, is whether or not Christians were good or evil.
Right. And I would argue that... Well, I would argue that a lot of the Crusades, even the people involved with the Crusades, didn't necessarily know what they were doing.
Yeah. So, one person's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
And does your side win or lose really puts down whether or not you are just a terrorist or whether or not you are a hero for your people.
Yeah, well, that goes into the whole, history is written by the victors, but although I'd argue that history is written by the survivors.
Well, and the victors tend to be the survivors.
Yes.
The also is, when we're looking at the morality spectrum, is, for example, the concept that they're a good person because they hate the people I hate.
Well, that gets into groupthink.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But it's also, morality and ethics are in a way based on societal norms and things like that. outside the existence of a society, ethics and morality are irrelevant. If you don't interact with other people,
Yeah.
your ethics and morality are irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. Well, it also depends on how you perceive personhood. Because someone could say, well, I don't care about the ants.
Well, again,
Yeah.
if you don't have a society,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter whether or not you care about the ants.
Mm-hmm.
You are your own. Everything you do is good.
Yeah.
Everything you do is evil. There is no good or evil as an individual that doesn't have to interact. So you have a sole survivor on a deserted island. While they're there, they don't have a morality. They can't cause harm to other people. They can't cause benefit to other people. They can only, their only morality is, do they survive or not survive?
Yeah.
There is no, oh, he committed sins. What? And again, I'm not going specific religions or any of that stuff. We're just talking about the general concept of morality and ethics, which is a good discussion for when you're writing your stories,
Yes.
when you are creating a setting. What you define as moral is dependent upon your society. Zombie masters are moral in the company of the people who live with zombie masters and benefit from the zombies.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting in the original first version of Isle of Dread, back in the expert set of basic Dungeons Dragons, the Beckman stuff.
Yeah.
Or the BX stuff, because it was just, it was the BX, not even the BM. So the expert set was, you had zombie masters. They were good for their community.
Yeah.
They made good use of the ancestors, but they were given an alignment of lawful evil. Because the alignment was being judged by the Western writers.
Yeah.
The fact that they were a necromancer made them evil, even if the person who became a zombie was okay with this.
Yeah.
Because it was an expected norm of their society. The citizens were okay with this, even if they were uneasy and afraid of zombies. Just like, we use lions to guard our village, and people are nervous and afraid of the lions.
Yeah.
They don't see the lions as evil. They just are scary.
So it would be a decent argument for the zombie masters would be it isn't evil to raise zombies. What could be considered, well, not necessarily evil, but irresponsible, is losing control of the zombies.
Yes, and losing control of zombies was one of the things that do happen. The zombies. So we have 3 stages of zombie possession. There is the zombie that is being controlled. It's doing what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
There's the zombie that rebels against the zombie master and gains a little bit of dependence, but it will not harm villagers.
Okay.
Then there's the rare third category. Zombies now a danger to everybody.
Okay.
You played in a scenario where the zombies were a danger to everyone.
Yes.
Because the zombie master was being a bad guy. Did you catch why the zombie master was being a bad guy?
No, I didn't.
Okay. It was hinted at with the statue that was in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That was hidden in the altar. And you guys will discover more about why the zombie master went bad as you carry along. Your characters that were playing the natives might have a better idea of what was happening.
Yeah.
If they talked to their elders more. You guys identified the creature that it was. It was a statue of a Kopura. Why that's significant and why it impacts how the zombie master was behaving is in there. But the zombie masters, in general, by the societal rules of their particular society, are neutral at worst. Lawful neutral at worst.
Yeah. I kind of see it as, your dog owners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good dog owners, protect their dogs and protect the public from their dogs. And some dog owners, they can let the dogs off the leash, losing control of the zombie, but the dogs are so well trained that they're still not going to hurt anyone. And some dog owners, they don't train their dogs become aggressive, and then they let the dogs loose, and the dogs are a threat to everyone. And it's not inherently the dog's fault.
No, it's really, and we're not even looking at the alignment of the zombies.
Right.
What we're looking at is the person who controls them. But there's like slaves. Well, zombies are brainless, soulless creatures. They're a reanimated corpse. They're, and we're obviously not talking, I want to say juju, but is that the right word? As in bad juju?
There's voodoo, vandu, an entire collection of spiritual beliefs surrounding voodoo, including obia, that has zombies.
Right.
I think that's what you're referencing.
Those zombies, again, the zombie themselves isn't evil, but a lot of people, and I believe, including the culture, would consider zombie control to be evil because those are actual living, thinking, not dead humans.
As a lot of people understand voodoo, those voodoo zombies aren't the animation of the dead. It is the taking control over the living.
It's the subjugation of the
living. Yes.
That is extreme slavery. But we're not. But in the George R. Romero version of zombies, this is the
Night of the Living Dead.
Except for the fact that somebody actually controls these zombies, doesn't. In our society, that would be a desecration of a corpse.
Yes.
In their society, that is the utilization of the corpse as a natural material that doesn't include the concept of desecration.
Right.
Now, there was things that I pointed out to you guys that were signs of the bad zombie master when you were seeing zombies that were child age.
Yeah.
Zombies that still had the murder weapons in them.
Yeah.
These corpses were not respected. And to them, also, and almost worse, there were zombies that were not Olmen. They were not part of the native tribe.
Yeah.
It's like ancestor worship through cannibalism. You don't eat somebody that isn't worthy of being eaten.
Yeah, I touched upon that with my lizard folk, and I for Krita, the necromancer that I'm playing, I am looking into really defining her the ethics of her necromancy.
Right.
Yeah, because one, she doesn't do zombies. She uses skeletons, which are more intelligent. But she also doesn't, she doesn't just go raising every dead body she sees. Every body that she raises, she needs to have a reason to raise it. So the recent one, which was the captain of the pirate ship,
Pete.
Slipknot Pete, she felt he had done significant damage to the people around him. So now he's going to basically do community service.
Right.
As undead. That's the reason why she raised him. The one before that, he had been hurt by the Balgura. So she was giving him an opportunity to rectify his existence effectively.
Okay.
To basically seek revenge. She's okay with that.
And again, all of this is about the impact on the society and the other people.
Yeah.
If you are not impacting another person,
Mm-hmm.
then what you're doing doesn't get judged by whether or not it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
But some people will declare that an action of yours is evil.
Mm-hmm.
Based on whether they understand it.
Yeah.
Or certain concepts of sin.
Yeah.
You've heard of the phrase of a mortal sin.
Mm-hmm.
Very small groups of Christians, only a few of the sects, actually even recognize the concept of a mortal sin.
Mm-hmm.
So even among the same religion, the concepts of what is sin and what isn't sin.
Yeah.
And whether or not that concept is backed up by your teachings, etc. There are a lot of things in the Christian religion
Mm-hmm.
that are considered sins now.
Yeah.
That aren't backed up by biblical teaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very much aware of those.
Yeah. For example, tithing.
Yeah.
Isn't backed up by the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Polygamy, whether or not it's good or evil, is not backed up by the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, at the time the Bible was written, it was just normal.
Yeah, it was.
And there wasn't a pro-religious reason
Mm-hmm.
to do it or not to do it.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that for me it's big on. I'm big on, and one of the things that I was trying to do with some of the rules that I'm trying to establish is that there's a difference between the law and chaos axis and the good and evil axis. And the way I'm doing that is the ones that directly affect a society, that's a law and chaos axis. Are you breaking the laws for an organization? Sometimes that organization is a town or a country, or for paladins, the law of their oath.
Right. So my view of lawful versus chaotic is lawful is organized.
Yeah.
And because I'm lawful good doesn't mean I'm going to follow your laws.
Right.
It doesn't mean that, oh, well, I'm in this town and they say this is lawful and is okay, and another town says the same thing is unlawful and bad. It doesn't mean I change my morality to meet the written laws.
Yeah.
You go by the laws of your beliefs, you stay true. Now, chaotic is more, I am more about freedom. I don't need to follow a set stricture of personal rules.
Mm-hmm.
Because lawful is more about your personal rules than the legal
Mm-hmm.
ramifications. Just because it says lawful doesn't mean that you follow the laws no matter what.
Oh, the thing that I was going to be doing with that is I was going to have a list of organizations for the lawful that you have committed yourself to. That's the connection. It isn't just arbitrarily, I'm in this town.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and an example in Eberron,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lawful good Church of the Silver Flame.
Yeah.
And there are corrupt and evil people among the organization.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are any former lycanthrope,
Mm-hmm.
to include the lawful good werebears, the Church of the Silver Flame are not good people.
Right.
They're out there to destroy you and your livelihood and your family.
Mm-hmm.
So, also in Eberron, morality is more gray in the fact that you cannot pin an alignment based on race.
Yeah, and that is something that I absolutely agree with, because I feel like morality and alignment shouldn't be based off of... It shouldn't be pre-prescribed.
Yeah.
It should be based off of what the individual does.
I mean, the idea that there's a lawful good goblin is justified as having a chaotic, evil gold dragon.
Right. And one of the things that I remember, this was back in 3rd edition when they were doing a lot of just, here's an interesting character, one that really really sparked my interest. They had a succubus, back when succubuses were demons.
Mm-hmm.
That was a paladin. Back when alignment in the paladin mattered. So it was a lawful good succubus paladin. So,
my son wanted to run a succubus, as a character,
mm-hmm.
and basically said, well, the best I can do is give you a tiefling,
Mm-hmm.
and you can follow all the traits and stuff like that. But this person was not evil,
Yeah.
and maybe even uncomfortable with their own sexuality.
I like that, but I've also watched a lot of anime where they will play around with that trope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, now that's another thing. We're talking about a different society and their concepts of morality.
I'm not even talking about the morality, just the idea of a succubus being uncomfortable being a succubus.
Right.
Yeah.
What I was mentioning, where, demons
Mm-hmm.
are not necessarily evil in the Japanese mythos.
Correct.
The Oni can have various different alignments.
Mm-hmm.
In Norway, trolls can have different alignments.
See, I feel like all trolls should be chaotic.
I'm not going to argue the chaotic versus law.
Hear me out.
On trolls.
I feel all trolls, just because they keep on trolling people, are all chaotic.
Okay, that's a modern pun. It has no purpose in an actual conversation.
The trolls are always going to get your goat.
Yeah. The 3 billy crows who live under the bridge under their mother's bridge with a computer.
Yes.
Yeah. That joke is played.
I don't care.
But again,
mm-hmm.
from the perspective of like Inuyasha.
Inuyasha, yeah.
He's a demon.
Yeah.
He's a good demon.
Mm-hmm.
Has-Been Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Where the demons are just trying to survive in their environment.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, the angels
Not all of the angels.
Not all of the angels,
Yeah.
and not all of the demons.
Yes.
Yes, there are definite traits
Mm-hmm.
that put these people in hell instead of heaven.
Yeah.
But the angels are the bad guys in that show.
At least for the first season, yeah.
Well, I don't remember how many seasons have there been.
There's been one, but
right. Okay, so you're saying it can change in the future.
Well,
and
they've already started that because okay, spoiler for Has Been Hotel. The main character goes to heaven to try and negotiate with the angels, and she finds an ally there.
Right.
And then there's one person, well, there's technically three people there that she has to deal with. Well, three factions. There's a peaceful person who generally believes that angels are good and are trying to be good, and she finds an ally there. There's a person who's trying to maintain the status quo, and then there's Adam, who is an angel, but the guy is a piece of work. He is definitely evil, but he's an angel.
Right.
Yeah.
In that universe Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
Yes.
You're seeing a complex morality system.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody... It can be argued that everybody that's in hell deserves to be hell. Could be argued.
Yeah.
But there are also people that were in, I think, that may have been in hell for non-evil reasons.
Yeah.
But there's also the alignments of the different characters. If we were trying to assign alignments to them, neutral evil with good tendencies.
You see, I feel like especially with the Hell of a Boss, I feel a lot of them are going to be chaotic, traumatized with good tendencies.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. Their worldview is for a lot of the characters that are dependent on their particular trauma.
Yeah.
And whether or not they deserve to be in hell is up to question for some of these characters.
Well, here's one of the things, and I think it's out that both of us are fans of both Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
If you haven't figured it out by now, turn on the volume on your...
Yeah. So I've looked into some of the lore of the Hell of a Boss and the Has Been Hotel universe, and the only people who actually get sent to heaven or hell, with the exception of Serpentius at the end of Has Been Hotel, are people from the mortal world, and they die, and they either get sent to heaven or hell. The demons were born there.
Right.
Yeah.
That is another aspect of it. Most of the people that you're dealing with in Hell of a Boss are the residents of hell.
Mm-hmm.
They were born and raised there.
Yes.
The Hell Has Been Hotel, I think a lot of the characters are people who were subject to hell. And both of them, both of the storylines, is about redemption.
Yeah.
If it's even possible.
Specifically for Has Been Hotel. Redemption is a huge thing in Has Been Hotel.
Yeah, it's more in there. But again, it's also... Hell of a Boss is more focused on the natives.
Yeah.
And Has Been Hotel is more focused on the people that were sentenced to hell.
I don't think so, because there's classes of... Well, in Has Been Hotel, both of them, there is, I believe, a class structure that is inherent to it, but there are classes of demons, and you can actually check by how do they look, and what demon are they. So, for example, imps and hellhounds are at the lowest. If they look like a dog, they're a demon and they're born in hell. If they have the little horns, they're imps, they're born in hell. The spiders are another one, and for example, angel dust is a demon.
Is he?
Yes, Angel Dust is a demon.
I always saw Angel Dust as not a demon, but as a...
As a sinner?
He was somebody, he was a sinner who got sent there.
I've got some material for you to take a look at, but we're gonna have to cut this to an end.
Yeah, okay. We've been just chatting
Yes.
just enough. We will come back, and we will, when we do come back, we will talk about our main topic,
Yes.
which today is community outreach and the online. Then we'll come back, we will do our traps and riddles, and then finally, we will do a 3-part unboxing. We have 3 things, and we'll be opening them in from what takes the least amount of time to talk to about to the most amount of time.
Yes. So, after these messages, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. My name is Daniel Ivey, and this is
John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research. Today's main topic is community outreach.
Online.
Previously, we talked about intimate in person.
Yes.
And
mass, mass groups like conventions and seminars in person.
Yeah. So the first group was one-on-one gaming.
Yeah.
To Dungeon Master and 1 table. Then the mass are multi-tables, game rooms, full-on conventions.
Yeah.
Teaching and seminars where the audience is bigger.
Yes. Now we're going into online where, much like this video, we're not in the room with you.
Exactly. And there are multiple ways to do that. We do our community outreach.
Yes.
And that we do it online. Now, we really came to the forefront of this during COVID.
Yes.
And we have our own ways of doing things, and they're the standard ways. So, different ways you can play online.
Yes.
There are play-by-post. Now, this works in multiple levels. The original play-by-post was PBM, play-by-mail.
Yes.
So it, you literally, and this is from the beginning of Dungeons and Dragons. Shortly after Dungeons and Dragons was invented, people were starting to play by writing their turns and then mailing it to the GM. You could have players all over the place, and this was slow, but it worked. There are people that play chess by mail. Yes,
I've done a version of that with my mom, where we each had our chess setup, and we would we'd text each other over the course of a month of not just like, okay, I'm moving this to this, but we'd take a picture. That's the change,
right?
And your play is next.
So when the internet came around, and I do not mean the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
But when internet came around and people had bulletin boards, etc., play-by-post was invented. And you would leave a message of your turns, and it could go much faster.
Yeah.
Now, you could do it by email, which was slightly slower than play-by-mail, play-by-post, because a lot of times you can go into a discussion room and you could play the game just as fast as if you had all been in person. You just didn't have a lot of the things. Dice rolls were done by commands.
Yeah.
You would literally roll /20 or :/20, something like that.
Depending on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had some experience with the it's probably still going on, but I haven't been on there in over a decade. Gaia Online. I used to play by post there, but the rules in those posts weren't well defined.
Well, a lot of them weren't.
Yeah.
I did role playing sessions with people
Mm-hmm.
that were literally ruleless.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said what they were doing, and I would make a decision based on what they said they were going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not it was successful or not. It was arbitrary,
Mm-hmm.
but what kept it from going too far anyway was the concept that we're trying to tell a good story.
Right. The issue
It
that
was all yes and.
yeah, the issue I had was at least that play by post. There weren't well defined rules, and people were having superpowers.
Oh, superpowers were normal.
So
And amazingly enough, so was sexual encounters were normal.
yeah. So for someone like me, I do need some amount of constraints, because if you just tell me that I can power scale my even the limited power that I decide that I have, I've come up with some very creative ways to use those.
Also, that was part of a lot of the freeform role playing that was happening in the old days. But people were playing by the rules
Mm-hmm.
in many of these encounters. Um, you had a character that you submitted
Mm-hmm.
to your game master, and so they had a copy of your character.
Yeah.
And when you said you were going to do something, they weren't just taking your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't on your character sheet, it didn't happen.
Yeah, and for me, I'll give you the example that I had. I had a character that the one power he had was he could kind of like Kitty Pryde, phase out of reality,
Mm-hmm.
and anything he was in contact with, he could phase with it.
Right. So play by post
Mm-hmm.
is one of the methods.
Yes.
It can be done in a chat room. It can be done on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
It can be done anywhere. The difference between play by post and any other online method is that you are typing your commands. You are not doing a vocal.
Yes, you're not voicing it.
Now, the next level up, which does include voicing your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
was doing things on Jitsi, Zoom, Discord, etc., where you're using a vocal area, and you can hear the person say, "My character does this,"
Mm-hmm.
or more often than not, "I do this."
Yeah. I believe right now it's common to have that on Discord.
Right.
Yes.
We do it on Jitsi,
Mm-hmm.
and I use, and RPG Research typically uses for their online games, is the 2-camera method for the
Yes.
Dungeon Master. One camera shows the Dungeon Master going, "You can try,"
And the other one is up the game board.
which could be either up here with magnets and stuff, or it could be on the floor. I have done both, where you have the map on the table, just normal maps and minis, but I have a camera showing the whole thing, so people can say, "Move my character 3 to, no, a little more to the left. There, yeah, I wanted my character to be there," without having physical contact to the board. They can see it.
Right.
I've also done where I have the map on a dry erase board,
Mm-hmm.
and magnetic stuff, and I am using magnetic tokens for all the characters and the miniatures.
I've done that too.
We did that for a Curse of Strahd module.
Mm-hmm. Now, I believe that actually rolls us into VTTs, which are virtual tabletops.
Right, now the virtual tabletops, you have it's usually not. Occasionally I have seen people who try to have a fake version of the maps and minis.
Mm-hmm.
Sigil, the latest from Wizards of the Coast,
Yeah.
which was, it's still there,
Mm-hmm.
but they kind of abandoned it, even though they're still giving out pieces. You get free.
Oh, Project Sigil.
Yeah.
With the 3D. Yeah. I think that kind of fell away. But
it
then
fell away at the same time it was being announced.
Yeah, they did not support that well, but I think they're just focusing primarily on another VTT that was, turns out like they had two different virtual tabletops that were competing against each other. One was entirely 3D and the other one was more 2D. And I believe the reason why Project Sigil fell away was, I guess Hasbro was expecting it to be some type of video game on par with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
and it was never going to produce like that.
Yeah, you when you're doing a virtual tabletop,
Yeah.
you're working with tokens or, in the case of Sigil, 3D representations of your modules.
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen everything that a virtual tabletop map.
Yeah.
Where you can see the borders of the map, and you're moving your little 3D-ish, what's that called? 2D plus?
2.5 perspective.
Yeah. Minis around.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't very complex or anything. Now they were trying to do, because one of the things that Baldur's Gate 3 as a online game system,
yeah,
other than the fact that you couldn't be the DM, the new ones where you can, the old ones, Neverwinter Nights, not the massive multiplayer online one, but the other one where you could play online and you had 3D environments, but you were able to have an actual dungeon master, which was a person controlling the monsters and things like that.
Well, that Neverwinter Nights didn't actually have real 3D. No. It was all 2D, but
force perspective and all that.
Well, not just it was rendered in 3D, but one, you could never jump, you could never fly, you couldn't, for example, go up onto a higher elevation. You were always on just one level.
Well, you could go on elevation, because I do remember going upstairs.
Yeah.
And things like that.
But you couldn't go under the stairs.
Right. It had its limits.
Yeah.
Now, Baldur's Gate 3 showed what a real 3D environment could be like. Things that was very hard to represent, even in tabletop, without expensive terrain pieces or creating things. I don't remember a lot of underwater encounters in Baldur's Gate 3.
No.
I mean, I know we were underwater, but we were in a room that was underwater.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
There's a long history of underwater levels being the worst in video games. And I can start that off with Mario Brothers 1.
Well,
Super Mario Brothers.
Also, there is, flight is kind of wonky.
Yeah.
In Baldur's Gate 3. Anything that jumps you off standing on a plane, it gets a little wonky in there. But it definitely showed you terrain being a real feature of the game.
Yes. I've enjoyed many times in Baldur's Gate 3 throwing it not just onto the next level, but down 3 levels and watching them die.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the one that says, yes, you can throw them into the abyss, but you're going to lose all that loot.
Yeah. I only ever threw them where I could loot them.
Right. And there are multiple virtual tabletops out there. I'm familiar with Astral.
There's Roll20.
Yeah.
Foundry. I know there's another one that's slipping my mind.
And they're getting more and more support where you can have, like on Roll20, you can have the entire rule set built into the game.
Yeah.
And it takes care of a lot of the math and things like that for you. Then we start getting to the thinner line where we get over to Baldur's Gate 3 where the computer's your dungeon master.
Yeah.
From the difference between having an action. I would love to have a Baldur's Gate 3 type environment but it's what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Not real time. The other one. Turn-based.
Turn-based.
So being turn-based,
Mm-hmm.
having a dungeon master control the turns.
I do believe something like that happened with or Divinity or Origins.
Divinity Origins.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I haven't played it, so don't quote me on it. But I've had from reliable sources, specifically David, when he was around, mentioned that was something that was in Larian's toolbox. They just didn't put it to Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, I understand why. Baldur's Gate 3 was meant to be the next in the sequel of the Baldur's Gate stories.
Yes.
Which was always you versus the computer.
Mm-hmm.
This was just you versus what felt like a bunch of fictional individuals with all their own alignments, and it as this point. Now there's other ones that are supposed to be pushing up against Baldur's Gate 3, but right now I think Baldur's Gate 3 is the epitome of what a role-playing computer game should be.
For me, there's two. Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to argue that it is a phenomenal piece of work. Yeah, I can argue that there isn't a Dungeon Master's mode in there, but I'm not going to complain about the amount of things that they delivered with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But the other one is going to be, and for now, it is yet to be dethroned, is Neverwinter Nights with the Aurora's toolset.
I'm going to agree on you. That, as far as I'm concerned, comes for online role-playing games.
Yeah.
That comes in second only to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. For me, it depends on what I want out of it.
Right. Like I said, if you want to be the GM,
mm-hmm.
you need to use the Aurora toolset. If you want to play,
mm-hmm. you
need Baldur's Gate 3.
The argument I would also make for Neverwinter Nights, I know that what is it? Baldur's Gate 3 has put in a lot of support for modders, but Neverwinter Nights included the Aurora toolset, which means you could then build your own campaigns afterwards.
Yeah. You can create your own stories,
mm-hmm.
your own everything.
And it was so easy.
In Baldur's Gate 3, you can create your own levels and your own... people can, almost anything. You can create new monsters, you can create new classes, all that stuff. But Neverwinter Nights did it first.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about, being able to do that easily.
I didn't say it was easy.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's easy.
Yeah.
I have did exactly zero experience with mods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use mods.
Yeah.
I don't make mods.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you how convenient. The only game that I ever played with mods
mm-hmm.
was World of Warcraft.
Ah, okay. So, I can say because the Aurora toolset was in Neverwinter Nights, I was able to create levels incredibly easy.
It was a very robust tool.
Oh, it was. It absolutely was. And which is weird because it's how many years old now?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah. I remember playing it when it came out, and I think I was still in high school. So I think it's over 20 years old.
Okay, Neverwinter Nights 2 was 2006.
Well, we're not counting Neverwinter Nights 2. That one didn't include the Aurora toolset.
Yeah,
and it was a sham compared to the original.
The Neverwinter Nights MMO was 2013. But the original Neverwinter Nights came
by BioWare.
1991.
1991. Yeah, I was in high school. So
I graduated. I was in the Army, but yeah, we're talking several decades.
It's been several decades, and for me, the fact that it stood the test of time and it is still incredibly robust. I'm yet to come across anything that compares to how robust it was. I mean, yeah, better graphics. That happens, as technology improves. But being able to, here's the MMO, and once you're done with the game, go build your own. That I haven't seen much of.
No. And there were definitely games out there that begged for people to create their own worlds on.
Yeah. I remember playing, literally downloading other people's campaigns, playing them, and utterly enjoying them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely part of the community outreach.
Yes.
And we could, using these type of things, we have created worlds and stories to reach specific goals, whether it's educational, therapeutic, or just to have fun.
Yeah.
So those are the gaming aspects that we've been talking about. The other type of online outreach has been the talk show we're doing right now. Panels.
Yeah.
Especially when I couldn't go to a convention, we would run panels at conventions.
Yeah.
Classes. We've done online classes and all those other things. Other appearances, showing up on other talk shows, inviting guests over special events, etc. All of these things are part of our community outreach.
Yes.
And we've even been on the radio. So, and I would call on TV or on radio as being online.
Yeah.
Because A, it's available on your internet, and I almost sneezed. And my sneeze would have blown the speakers.
Okay.
So I was like, cut!
Okay.
But I didn't sneeze. If I have time to warn you, it's going to be little or nothing.
Okay. So,
anyways.
Hold on.
Refocus.
Back.
Those are all of those distant things that we can and have done and will do in the future.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just a video where you can pull it up, watch my video, and get CEUs.
Yeah.
Continuing education units or credits. The next aspect of our community radio line is conventions. During COVID, we did Gen Con.
Yeah.
But not only did we run games and panels and things like that, we even did board games like Mancala and some Native American games, regular board games with people coming in and joining us to play. But the other thing that we did was we hosted those conventions.
Yes.
Gen Con would not have happened that year if we didn't use our servers to literally host Gen Con.
Yeah.
WorldCon would not have happened that year if we hadn't hosted the servers. Now, we didn't participate in WorldCon that year.
Yeah.
We didn't do any games, we didn't do any panels, and the main reason was both those things were happening simultaneously.
Yeah, so we did, we hosted both Gen Con and WorldCon at the same time, while also participating a bit in Gen Con.
Yeah, more than a bit.
Yeah.
We had a lot of things going on, a lot of games, a lot of role-playing games, a lot of online games, and we had a lot of panels. So these are the kinds of things that our community outreach has done. I'm interested in the audience opinion about what other kind of community outreaches in any of the different categories that we discussed before, or even in a category that for some reason I haven't thought of.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that doesn't fit in one of the three categories we were talking about.
Yeah. Now, for I know that hosting panels and providing information to people online in that back and forth is one thing, but I do want to get back to a lot of the games because I believe a lot of people they care about that. Have you had any experience where you've ran games online?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, for the conventions and for some of our programs, we did, like we said, where we had the two map system.
Mm-hmm.
One camera for the maps, one camera for the GM.
Mm-hmm.
I've done hybrids.
Yeah.
Where I've had players at my table, but the players that couldn't make it
Mm-hmm.
were
Online.
Were online, and we're again utilizing the two camera method.
Have there been any difficulties that you've come across that you weren't necessarily aware of?
Well, the first difficulty for all online methods of doing games, and especially when you start adding programs like VTTs, is there's a technical hurdle to overcome.
Yes.
People have a weak internet connection, or they don't know how to use the technology, or the server's down. All of these different issues that can interfere. That's just the regular technology that makes a Zoom meeting hard.
Yes.
There are difficulties in talk show panels is one like you definitely need to use if you're using a Jitsi room, Discord, or anything, regardless if it's a game or teaching, you have to enforce using the hands up rule. Because when people start over talking each other, it becomes much harder for the GM to focus. You got to follow the definite rules. Other difficulties for these. There are issues with things like the conventions and other events where it requires a virtual ticket.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for your slot. We've had to deal with those kind of things. Other difficulty. Play-by-posts can be very slow.
Yes, they can.
Traditionally, there have been play-by-posts that went as slow as one move a month, to others that were done weekly. But unless you're in a discussion room playing, play-by-post is slow.
Yeah.
Technological issues are the number one problems
absolutely.
with online. That includes audio, video. I can't show you the map. That second camera isn't working.
Right.
And I can't hold my laptop over the camera.
One of the experiences that I've had when I've tried using, for example, Roll20, where you mentioned that they can have all the rules in there, and I'm pretty technologically savvy, but I knew that like trying to get my character to do things that I knew I could do in real life, in a real life table, I couldn't necessarily get that to be done program wise.
Okay, so this is the difference between video games and role playing. A lot of the role playing that you do on that when I was using Astral, the pieces moved.
Yeah.
And they had each character could only see what each character could see.
Yes.
Which means that if it was behind you, you couldn't see it. You had your scope of vision.
Yes.
But and it depended on lighting sources. It depended on whether or not there was smoke in the room.
Yeah.
And things like that. But as far as your actions were, they were irrelevant.
Okay.
Because you say you wanted to do something, you just tell me what you do, I make the judgment, and you do it. Just like when you move your miniature can't pick up things and move it around.
Yeah.
Your miniature can't pick a lock or seduce the dragon.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I wanted to get into is you don't necessarily have to, even if the, for example, the VTT supports the rules, you don't have to necessarily do the roles and do all the rules through the program. Sometimes you can be just say, well, I'm doing this, and I'm rolling my physical dice, and as long as you've got a decent relationship with your game master, well, I can say that, okay, I rolled an 11 and I rolled a 6.
Right.
Yeah.
You missed, so we can ignore your 6.
Exactly. So sometimes you don't have to have these super complex, systems built into the VTT, VTTs. You can just be like, well, we need a map, and everyone can see this. Move around your pieces, and we roll dice.
There are, like, when you're using D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
and you are just using the character sheets, I can go into my encounter builder, and if we're all using digital character sheets, me as the DM, I can see everybody's roles.
Yeah.
But again, I'm verbally telling them what there's going to happen. They can click on something to cause damage and things like that. But there are times I have to make rulings outside of what the computer will recognize because I'm using a custom magic item,
right,
or a custom spell. Now, one of the differences that Sigil was wanting to have than a lot of the other virtual tabletops, where like Astral for me was, I didn't use any of the rule sets.
Yeah.
I basically, it was maps and minis, and all the rules were outside of it. But Sigil wanted to go so far as having animation for spell effects.
They were going really high end for the graphics, and I do feel like that
was using figures that look like miniatures.
Yeah, I felt like I have mixed opinions on Sigil. One, first of all, having worked a bit in animation, I feel like that team was not treated well.
Well, not only that, but
yeah.
How bad was morale when you saw that your buddies for BG3 all got fired?
Right. So there's that. That said, I felt that, and this is just my opinion, I felt that even beginning that process, I knew it was doomed to fail. One, I'm familiar with how much work goes into producing things that are actually 3D, and it is so much work. And they have to compete against 2D, and people are happy with that. And this is something that I've had to tackle with other animators, where I genuinely don't believe that higher graphics means a better product.
I have seen animated shows that were doing 2D so well that you could be forgiven for thinking it was a 3D.
Yeah. You don't have to have super realistic everything. Sometimes it's okay it's a flat map. Yeah, we understand it's 2D. Okay, someone's jumping. Okay, we have a little marker there, and that's fine.
One of the unique things about Arcane, from an animation point of view...
Oh, I loved Arcane.
...was the mix of 3D with 2D. They just let it... They didn't slave themselves into one style, which produced a superior product in and of itself.
So with Arcane, they had a concrete visual style that they were going for.
Right.
That, I feel, is way more important than how realistic are we going for. Yeah. Okay, we're in a 3D room, it has to be 3D. No. You can have a 2D map of a 3D room, and, okay, while we're going up the stairs, another map, we just put it on top, and maybe it fades out a bit. I've done that. It's fine.
One of the things that I've seen, when you want hyper-realistic 3D animation, you're usually trying to put it into a real scenario in the 3D movies. Now, there was a movie that came out not too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lot like the old hybrid animated live actions.
Which movie was that?
With the new movie?
Yeah.
It's called, I want to say Scribble. It might be Scribble.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Sketch.
Sketch?
And it's about a girl whose sketchbook gets dropped into a magic pond, and the sketches come to life.
Okay. Now, I've seen a lot. I grew up watching a lot of movies. I've seen good mixes of live action and 3D, or live action and animation. For me, the pinnacle and yet to be beaten is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That well, that is when you're trying to make it look like animation,
Right.
And things. Now, back in the day when we had a 2D animated everything,
Mm-hmm.
but the actors were running around live action style.
Yeah. Like some of the segments of Mary Poppins.
Exactly. I was just about to mention that. Then there were occasional ones where you had animated characters in the real world.
Yeah.
But they were still 2D.
Yeah. Also Mary Poppins.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I was also, again, it was Disney stuff.
Oh, yes.
Where the artist has Mickey jump up off the board and they start having a conversation between the artist and the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at things like Jurassic Park,
Yes.
you are looking at hyper-realistic animation.
Well, here's the thing, because for me, Jurassic Park is a sticking point. I love the original Jurassic Park. There wasn't nearly as much 3D animation in the original Jurassic Park than in the others.
Right.
Most of it was animatronics. And I feel like the fact that the original Jurassic Park held up so well, practical effects should be a serious consideration, especially if you're dealing with live action.
Well, the main problem with live action and use the choice between practical effects and animation is how many dollars you got to throw into it and how much time you got.
A lot of times, I will disagree with you there. I feel that 3D animation has become so popular, especially in that industry, that they're not thinking of, is practical effects actually better? A lot of them aren't thinking that. And I'll give you a perfect example. Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar?
Yeah.
That was a spectacular amount of 3D animation.
It was almost all 3D animation.
And I remember the hype that was building up behind it. And when I finally got to see it, I'm thinking to myself, because James Cameron was trying to say that he was waiting for technology to catch up with his idea. And I was thinking to myself, all of this could have been done with practical effects. All of it.
Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if they was to, I'm going to throw out random numbers that have nothing to do with reality.
Yeah.
If it cost $1 million to create the first Avatar movie, you do it all with practical effects, some would argue you may have even gotten a better results, but the budget would have been $300 million.
Yeah, I understand that, but when it comes to James Cameron, he likes playing around with technology. That's his thing. He isn't looking at, what's the best, most economical way to produce certain effects. He wants to play with his toys, and his toys are graphics.
Right. I agree with that. And in a lot of ways, the original thing was so much better than the remake.
Absolutely.
That was all digital. Practical effects have a definite place, and I want to encourage practical. I would love to see a role-playing game that worked more with practical effects than. Now, people say, computer game, role-playing game with practical effects? What are you talking about? Everything on computer games is
graphics.
Is graphics. No. We had things like Rogue Trader and other haunted house. Everything was done with video. You were playing a computer game through a video world.
Yeah. I remember when they were playing around with that, and okay, that mixture, I have to give it to to 3D effects at that point, because the user can come up with so many different choices that the arbitrary decisions of what was filmed or not filmed is going to be a lot more constraining. So
Right.
I remember a lot of those, especially in, for example, the Sega CD had a lot of those video, the video games, where you're seeing live video and you're interacting with that, and it felt a lot more rigid.
Some of them were. There were some that tried to have more open-ended exploration. There was one with a haunted house. I think it was Shudder or something with the number 7 in it.
Yeah.
But it was a video world, but it was more like a VR. Without the glasses and stuff. It was just like, if you put a VR game onto a flat screen, this is what it was.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite ones was this Rogue game, or Rogue Trader. I may not be remembering the right name, but you played a pilot of a ship, and you're like the only person on the ship. But you could choose: are you going to be a merchant?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a pirate? Are you going to be a bounty hunter? So you chose these different roles, and you had social encounters. Well, the social encounters were live action.
Yeah.
With real named actors. That you got to interact with, and you got your choices of. Again, it's you don't have a voice. There wasn't a voice actor saying your lines, but you got to choose different lines.
So kind of like a live action version of some of the Telltale games.
Yes.
Yeah, I think those are feasible. I definitely feel that those are feasible.
Right. And when you went into combat, though, in your ship, it reverted to a traditional video game, where you're doing ship-to-ship combat.
Yeah.
And I do not remember if it was first person or third person. I think it was third person.
Okay. So, we're actually getting to the end of this segment. Next up is Traps and Riddles.
Traps and Riddles. We will be doing, again, Challenge the Champions 4. And then we'll be doing some neat unboxing.
Okay. So, we will see that after the jump.
After
these messages, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. We're going into Traps and Riddles?
Traps and Riddles. This is our segment where I introduce a puzzle to you, and you have to solve the puzzle. In this case, we've been using the Challenge of Champions by Jonathan M. Richards. They were in Dungeon magazines for many years. And there were like 5, I believe.
Yeah.
And we're on number 4. This Challenge Champions 4. Again, written by Jonathan M. Richards. The artwork was by Kyle Hunter. Photography was also by Kyle Hunter. Dragon Magazine, March, April 2002. Issue number 91. Volume 16, number 1. And so there's some basic, simple rules.
Yes.
Each challenge champions a series of 10 scenarios designated to test the leadership capability and cohesion of the adventuring group. The scenarios are equally difficult to everyone regardless of level. The rules are as follows. Team members must wear regular clothing only. Any weapon, armor, gear, or magic items needed for a scenario will be provided. Spellcasters have no spells memorized or prepared. All spells used in the contest are cast through rings of spell storing or other items, as this allows all spells to be cast at the same level and negates any advantage higher level casters have over lower level ones. Familiars or magical companions are not allowed into the contest. There is a new rule for this Challenge of Champions that was not in the previous Challenge of Champions.
Yes.
I can give you a hint, but you lose half your points.
Mm-hmm.
You will have 15 minutes of real time to accomplish each scenario. Any game rulings needed will be using the core 2024 Dungeons & Dragons rule set. Please tell me about your characters.
Yes. So, I have... And I forgot to grab my character sheets. We have 4 characters here. We have... Scotty Quickflash is trying to sneak up to the front here. We've got Michael Wild Dog Serleon, who is a champion fighter. All of these are level 4 characters. We have Joannie the Firehearted Nyzanthar. She's an Evoker Wizard. We have Geraldine Golden Dawn, a Light Cleric of Procan, which is a Greyhawk god of sea, weather, and navigation. She grew up being a sailor. And we've got Scotty Quickflash. He's a thief in the local guild.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start the description. You may now look at the map, including the one there that's the one the audience has.
Yes. So
and we're demonstrating the difference between 3D and 2.5 here.
Yeah. So that is what I'm looking at.
Okay, and it will be posted during the thing for everybody.
Yes.
You are met by Father Quespin, another guild cleric. Good day, team. Team 10. He says, leading you through a door and into the area where the next scenario is held. This one involves water. A 100-foot long pool stretches from wall to wall. The water, says Father Crispin, represents a piranha-filled river. The goal this time is simple, he says. He indicates a pair of young men in sailor's garb, both of whom look rather ill.
Mm-hmm.
They are shackled together at the wrists by a 6-foot chain. You must transport these 2 seasick sailors and yourselves to the far side of the river. I'm afraid the sailors are not in any condition to assist you.
Uh-huh.
So you'll have to do all the work. Nor would they help you if they could. I mean, after all, they're on trial for attempted mutiny.
Mm-hmm.
Not to worry, though. Those magical chains prevent them from putting up a struggle, so you'll have no problems from them.
Yeah.
Father Crispin points out your starting equipment. A small wooden box, represented by the chest there.
Yeah.
And upon which are inscribed several words and an outer ring of miscellaneous letters. This box is a folding boat, he explains. It currently holds 4 rings, 3 non-magical rings, and 1 ring of water walking.
Yeah.
In its robot boat form, the boat can hold 4 people at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You'll need to figure out the command word by deciphering the clues inscribed on the box, and use the boat to transport yourselves and these 2 prisoners to the far side of the river.
Yeah.
In the next 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you enter the water without a boat or the magic of the ring, you'll be devoured by piranhas. If there's no questions, begin.
I have a question.
What's your question?
So, will working with these prisoners require more than 1 person? Or can 1 person escort them?
I guess you'll find out while you're trying.
Okay. So, may I flip this over?
Flip this over, and the timer has started.
Okay. And it says, come human, die by sword or spear. Come human, die by sword or spear. And I'm trying to find the command word.
Yes.
I do not like ciphers.
Amazing how many ciphers this thing puts up against you.
Yes. Okay. Come. C. H. Where's H? Where is H? I see no H. Is there a D? There's a D. Come human. Die by. Is there a B? Is there a B? I'm not seeing a B. Sword. Is there an S? I'm not seeing this S. Or there's an O. There's an S. H. B. S. S. And he said that's in the box.
That's on the box.
That's on the box. Can the box be opened?
No.
No. Okay.
It literally has no seams or anything.
Okay. I feel like this is a cipher. But I don't like doing this because it's going to cut my points in half, but I need a bit more guidance with this cipher. I'm asking for a hint.
Okay. So, as we said, we're going to cut your points in half.
Yeah.
Did we do that for last one?
No.
No, you didn't. Oh, actually, we gave you half points for not being able to physically solve it
In time.
Yeah.
But I had all the proper things to be able to solve it.
Right. So your hint is, if the letter's not in the ring, it's not in the middle.
Okay. That will help. So, if it's not in the ring, it's not in the middle. So, C is fine. O is fine. M is there. E is not there. H, I know, was not there. Just double checking. U is not there. M is there. A is right there. N is right there. D, I don't believe I saw. There's a D. I is there an I? No I. E. I'm not seeing an E. B. B. Is there a Y? No Y that I see.
I hope everybody who's watching is
S.
playing along, trying to figure this out.
I'm trying to see if there is an S. I know that there's no E. So S, 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 no, S, W, O, R, D. Command word. O. Is there an R? Yeah, there's an R. S. Said that there's no S. P. Yeah, there's a P. E. Just gonna double check. No. A is right there. R. R is right. Command word or.
Command word what?
Command word or.
Spell it.
O-R. Oh, no, that's command word O-R-P-A-R. O-R-P-A-R.
So how do you say that?
Or par?
Or par. The box removes the chest,
Yay!
unfolds into a boat that can physically hold 4 people.
Okay, can physically hold 4 people. Now, I am... How much time do I have left?
8 minutes and 18 seconds.
Wonderful. So, I am familiar with the fox, hen, and corn puzzle. So, we're going to put my fighter in. My Geraldine Golden Dawn.
Okay. What's your fighter's name?
Michael.
Okay. And who are you going? And then who's going in next?
No one. They're going to come over. I'm going to drop Geraldine over there.
Okay.
He's going to come back.
Okay. I need a athletics check.
Athletics check.
Yeah, for rowing.
For rowing? Okay. So Michael is going to be rowing. That's going to be a +6. 17 plus 6. That is going to be a
Okay.
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are able to get across.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then what are you going to do?
Next, we are going to place... This is going to be... Let's say Scotty Quickflash.
Okay.
Scotty Quickflash. And the prisoners are going in. Scotty's going to watch over the prisoners. Michael's going to roll.
Okay.
Do I need another athletics check?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, at least one of your people can now help.
Uh-huh. Scotty will help.
Okay.
Does it look like the prisoners are being problematic?
Not at all.
That's a 19 plus 6. 25.
Okay. So you're able to get across?
Okay. Scotty is going to escort the prisoners over. And now we have 2 people with the prisoners at all times. Michael's going to escort it, go back. Athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
18 plus 6.
Okay.
Okay. Joannie is going to climb on, and she's going to help Michael come back.
Okay.
That's a 15 plus 6, 21.
Okay.
Everyone's on the other side.
All right. You have about 5 minutes to spare, maybe a little less when you count the actual movement speed you
Yes.
crossed. But there was a better solution.
Uh-huh.
The best solution
Yeah.
is once you have the boat open,
Yeah.
you load the prisoner
Mm-hmm.
and 2 people on the thing.
Yeah.
You have Michael
Mm-hmm.
put on all 4 of those magic rings that you seem to have forgotten about.
Yeah.
And walk the other person. So you get the lightest person on
Mm-hmm.
Michael's shoulders. He puts on all 4 rings, so you don't even have to guess which ring is the magic one.
Yeah.
And then he just walks across,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody gets across in one turn.
Was there going to be a problem if more than less than 2 people were left with the prisoners? No.
As they said, the prisoners just can't take any actions on their own.
Okay.
They're completely compliant.
Mm-hmm.
So the only real problem was if you had put in 5 people on the boat.
Uh-huh.
The boat sinks and all 5 people are declared dead.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
You said 4. I was going to limit it to 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But while you did succeed,
Uh-huh.
you could have done better. And you did need the clue, so you get 20 points for this one.
Which is better than nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, but I knew that without the clue, that cipher was going to be a problem. I didn't know how I was going to have to figure it out. The marking off what wasn't in there definitely helped.
Yeah. You were getting there on your own because you were saying this one isn't there, this one isn't there.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I needed certain context.
Yep.
So was I just going by because I was just going by the first letters.
Okay. By the way, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're going to start working on different ones. I'm saying we only have 1 module.
Okay.
Left.
So we have 1 more challenge of champions in this left.
I think there's only 5. You have for this module.
Mm-hmm.
You just finished number 6.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to the 10 level, we start what I think is the last module.
Okay.
Which is another 10 challenges. After that, I have to come up with more challenges that probably won't be as good as the Challenge of Champions. But
I've come across some of yours, and yours I feel are at times a bit more diabolical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll see how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So next, let's get ready for the unboxing.
Yes. So after the jump up, we will get into unboxing. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. We are going into unboxing, and I know that this is already open, but we opened this honestly before we started filming, and you wanted to talk about this.
Right. I was not planning on putting this on the talk show. That's why we unboxed it before that.
Yeah.
I purchased for role-playing purposes.
Yeah.
I wanted to create a Call of Cthulhu character based upon James West from the Wild Wild West TV series.
Yes.
He was a 1880s, sorry, secret agent for the government. And he was like, the first example of CIA or whatever. Except he allowed to work in country and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted a list of all the gadgets that he carried.
Yes.
Now I did find one in it, but this looked interesting. What this is Stuart's attic. And Stuart's site is dedicated to the Marx, M-A-R-X, 12-inch action figures that they used to come out for a long time ago.
Yes.
And most of them were for a character called Johnny West.
Yeah.
Well, these are the sheets, the instruction sheets or equipment manual for these dolls.
Yeah.
So as you'll notice, things like on the neck scarf there, it says how it pins on there with a little hole and a little peg.
Yeah, it says insert A pin into B hole.
Right. So these were manuals for the props.
Yeah.
That he was going on the doll, and it was supposed to represent the things. Now, you can get this sheet for $2.50.
Yeah.
You can get the James West version.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding up the Artemis Gordon one.
Yeah.
For also $2.50. Or you can get the box.
Yeah.
Now the box is, you're supposed to be holding the doll in, and the Artemis Gordon box was made in the style of the vintage Marks, full color box top with white box bottom. If Marks had completed its planned tribute to the figures of James T. West, and they may have made an Artemis Gordon figure as well. This could have been in this box, which they're showing on the website. Box shows Agent Gordon in many of his disguises. Pair this box with your own accessories like a mix of Sand Cobra and Mike Hazard to capture this master of disguise and his gadgets. Fantasy material, and then the 11 by 17 black and white thing without watermark, which you're holding in your hand. So I didn't want the box. I wanted just this part.
Yeah. Now I know that you've been talking to me about this character concept for a bit, and you've mentioned that there's James T. West and Gordon.
Right.
And Gordon is supposed to be using different gadgets.
Right. Well, they're two different spies. They have similar gadgets, but for example, I would have expected a makeup kit.
Yeah.
Or fake mustaches and things like that would be put on the character. Different hats, different gear that would distinguish them. If you hold both of those up together at the same time.
Yes. This is what we found out.
And if you look at the site, if you actively looked at what was written on each one of these, all I did was I looked at the artwork for the James T. West one and automatically assumed that Artemis Gordon was going to be a different workout.
Yeah. And
so I bought both of them. I'm only, as far as I'm concerned, only out $2.50.
Yeah, so it's not that bad.
Right. But they're identical.
So when we opened this up, and I double checked this because I actually put them over each other and had a light come through it. With the exception of the head and the name, the wording is exactly the same.
They fit over top. There's no change. They're identical.
Yeah.
I needed the James T. West one was the one I actually needed.
Yeah.
And I only wanted the Artemis Gordon one because I thought it would be different. It would have additional gear on it.
Like even the body is the same. You can literally see where the head
had been altered.
It has been altered. Also,
if look at where does it say here? Look at the spectacles. Read the spectacles out on the James West one.
Okay, so on the James West one, the spectacles say, "These spectacles allow James to see in the dark."
Okay, now read the Artemis Gordon version.
On the Artemis Gordon one, "These spectacles allow James to see in the dark." That's not James.
No. So
yeah,
I am very disappointed with the Artemis. I'm happy with the James West one.
Yeah.
But I am sorry that I wasted $2.50 to get basically the exact same thing with a different face.
They couldn't even replace the name where appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Stuart, I like Stuart's edit. I like the information that you present. I like all the different products. I'm only disappointed in this one, literally this one sheet of paper.
Yeah. And you also mentioned you're only out $2.
Yeah, $2.50.
Yeah, and it's good quality for what it is, but
Yeah.
The information is
It's in the style
yeah.
that it's supposed to be for the dolls
Yeah.
from the time period. It just, I expected Artemis to have different gear.
Yeah. So,
all right. That's the end of that one. Let's take a look at the next small box.
So this, I believe, you've already opened this. I have no idea what's inside. But right. I do know that this is from...
Beatles and Grimm.
Beatles and Grimm.
It was on sale.
Okay.
They have 50% off sales, and I still can't afford their big stuff.
Oh, it is good quality stuff. So,
I am a huge fan of Curse of Strahd.
Yes, you are. And I'm going to have to show this to Rain because Rain is a bigger fan of vampires. But first, this is adorable. This is a Curse of Strahd artifact pack.
Right. Now, that part has not been opened at all.
Rain? Yes. This is adorable.
So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside of it. Now, these are props.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between a prop and a handout is a prop is something that would exist in the game. A handout is information that the player may or may not know, but they would not be carrying that thing around with them.
So this is a prop.
Correct.
Strahd has a teddy bear of himself.
No.
No? Okay.
That's not a teddy bear.
What is that?
It's a finger puppet.
It's a finger puppet. Oh, so Strahd entertains himself with finger puppets of himself.
No.
No?
Blinksy, toy manufacturer in Barovia.
Okay.
Sells, and if you buy the full thing, you'll get more characters than just the Strahd puppet. So this is a toy that you might find in Binksy's Toys toy shop. And there are other characters that, or other things that exist in there, and they're all been listed.
And this is, I believe, Strahd's necklace.
No.
No? Or am I confusing this with Count Dracula?
You're confusing that with Count Dracula. That is actually the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
Ah, okay.
And so that is a holy symbol that your characters could use against Strahd.
Ah, okay.
It's an in-game artifact.
Okay. And then we have some coins.
Barovian currency.
Mm-hmm. Got 3 of them. And these are actually, you can hear them. Are they all the same? I believe they are all...
Yeah, there are just 3 copies of the coins.
Yeah. With Strahd's head on one side. And
since they're not gold pieces, I don't know if these are supposed to be silver pieces, platinum pieces. I'll have to look back into that, what the value of these currencies are.
And then we have these, which I believe are the seals for the letters.
You pull off the sticker on the back, and you can literally seal your envelope or a folded piece of paper.
See, you want to know what I would have liked? The actual seal to create the wax seals.
I bet you can get one on Etsy.
Yeah.
Or Etsy, but yeah, they didn't give us a wax seal kit.
And there's a bag.
Yeah, that's your blood red coin bag with the symbol on there.
Yeah.
Can you see the symbol?
It's kind of faint. It's hard to see, but there we go. There we go. It is dark on dark, which is difficult, but it's slightly reflective. So that is cute. I like the finger puppet.
I want the legendary Strahd set. And if anybody wants to donate it to RPG Research, please. I am in the process of having printed out all the buildings, so we have 3D buildings for all the encounters.
So let's put these back. That is nice and secure in there.
As you can see, the seal is actually on the box.
There we go. And where is it? Where did I put the top?
I don't know.
Where did I put the top? I'm losing my mind
The
here.
actual legendary set
here it is.
has minis, more items, and then if you want even more stuff, you get the Beatles and Grimm's Van Richten's Guide, which has more artifacts and neat things.
By the way, it has right here, I am the ancient, I am the land. This is the from the letter from the Throne of Strahd.
Yep.
My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I am not dead. I am not alive. I am undead forever. Tome of Strahd.
Yep. If you look in the back, let's see what it should say. What things are?
Yeah.
Does it tell you the value of the coin?
Oh, let's see here. Holy symbol of Ravenkind is legendary holy symbol. Is a legendary holy symbol sacred to the good-hearted, faithful of Barovia. 3 Bavarian coins show Strahd von Zorovich crest on one side and his profile on the other. It doesn't, give you the actual currency.
Okay.
A velvet coin pouch for storing your Barovian coins. 5 wax seals featuring Strahd's crest can be used to send your own Barovian missives. The Strahd finger puppet is a favorite at Blinksy Toys in the heart of Valaki.
And their motto, it's no Blinksy, it's no fun.
Aw, that's cute. This is adorable. I love it. Nice props. So, last but definitely not least, you're going to have to pronounce this because I saw the name and it's in a language I cannot pronounce. With letters I'm not familiar with.
It's runic.
It is runic.
And
I cannot speak runic.
And it is, I do not have a translation for the runes that are on the front. But I'm guessing they might have something to do with the title, which is actually on the side of the box.
Oh, I can't see the title on the side of the box.
Yeah, you'll find it.
The Wanderer's Guide.
So let's open this up and see what the Wanderer's Guide is.
Yes.
This was from a Kickstarter. I don't believe I may have got it from the Kickstarter. Yeah, I think I did. And I don't remember what level I went at it and all that kind of good stuff. But I got this with you in mind.
With me?
Yeah.
Oh. It's not my birthday.
I didn't say you get to keep it either.
Oh.
I was just thinking about you when I got it.
Well, thank you for thinking about me.
I will definitely let you play with it, though.
Okay. So, I am anticipating this now. Let's see what you think of me.
It's a box of worms.
It's a box of worms. Come on. There we go. Ooh, we've got a few things in here. We have a bag, the Wanderer's Guide.
Okay, so what's in that bag?
What's in the bag? What's in the bag? In the bag, there are dice.
Looks like a standard set to me.
Yes. One thing that I can immediately see on here, which I appreciate, I'm only going to show it on one.
It's the high die, right? The high number.
The high number has a star right here. That's how you know it's a 9.
Right.
Because the 6 has a star on the bottom. There it is.
Now, this is standard 1 through 0. There's no special symbol on any of the other spots.
Okay. So, we've got a dice bag with dice.
Okay.
We have a map of some sort. Let's see here. And what was it about this that made you think of me?
I think we'll figure that out by the time we're done looking at everything.
Okay. So, we've got a map. Is it upside down? Yes, it's upside down. We have a map. It's a cloth map, so nice, good quality. Uh-huh. Let's see here. I don't see any names on the map.
That's intentional, actually.
Okay. Let's fold that up, put this off to the side. We have an oh, we have more plastic.
That's because there'll be punch-outs.
Before we get to the book, looks like we've got a GM screen. We've got an NPC deck, which is right here.
And just read one card.
Just one card?
I think that should be enough to tell us what the NPC deck is like.
Okay. So we have...
Now this is again wrapped in more plastic. So we had a plastic around the box.
Yes.
Then plastic around the cards.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can open this up.
There should be a little string there.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that string is a pain to find.
I mean, you found the string, but did you find the beginning of the string?
I don't know. Let's see here. There we go. Or...
when the convenience piece is inconvenient.
Yes. Come on. I got you started. There we go.
There you go. All right.
So we have this character right here.
Yep. Decent artwork.
Very much. And we've got a campaign starter, quick story, and a one-shot on the back. You can see that right here.
Okay. So this is basically at what stage are you introducing the NPC?
So for one shot, for this character, who does not have a name, a challenge has been issued by the Dwarven Lord in his mountain home. Any group that can infiltrate his fortress through the caverns and prove it isn't impenetrable can win a handsome reward for their trouble. Many months have passed and no adventuring party has succeeded, but this handsome rogue in the tavern has been quite chatty about how he helped design some of the more deadly traps. Perhaps some inside information could land you that reward. And that's for the one shot.
Okay.
Yeah. For the quick story, a high-ranking member of the Thieves Guild has asked for your party's additional skill set in setting up a heist. A magical amulet possessing great powers in the possession of the city's tyrant ruler. With it, the underground forces may have an opportunity to bring him down. Are you up to the challenge to infiltrate the castle during the celebration of his daughter's marriage and retrieve the amulet? And then the campaign starter. Because of recent problems you've caused, your party finds themselves in the wrathful end of the criminal organization of the city, who has vast reach far across this land. The leader has decided that instead of paying for the infractions with your own lives, he will ask you for a different life in return. The target is the leader of the rival criminal enterprise. Bring his head, will save your own.
So this is what we call hooks.
Yes.
How you get in this sort. So these NPCs aren't like with stats or anything, or even names. But there's a picture and
a hook, motivation.
And a hook, but then you add the name and any stats if necessary.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the rest of this, put that off to the side. We have Looks like this is a DM screen of some sort. Wanderer's Guide.
Okay.
Let's display all of this.
This is set in portrait,
Yeah.
not.
So
No, it's in landscape, not portrait.
yeah. On the
And-
back we have world building prompts, races, occupations, I guess dice rolling, quirks and flaws, allowing you to quickly make, NPCs.
This is a lot of good information, but I don't think it's useful during the game.
Yeah,
That's a creation thing. I wouldn't leave it up during the game itself.
yeah, I don't like making complex NPCs on the fly. And we've got government, religion, guilds, population. So this is for, I guess, cities.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Now, I've sent you guys all settlement tracker
Yes.
where I fill in. This is a little bit more complex.
Yes, I see that. And then we have a book, The Wanderer's Guide. Let's get this out of the way. And more plastic.
Yes, if I hadn't opened this box, it probably would have lasted forever.
And there are some things on the back. I'll get those in
Punch-outs.
as quickly as I can in the time we have left. But I wanted to open this book.
I know you do.
So I'm assuming that with all the talk I've been having about various civilizations and whatnot, that this is what you're thinking of?
Yeah. We're using now the 3rd edition version of how settlements are going. I have it translated to the 5th edition
Yeah.
form for settlement.
And I have problems with all of them.
Well, and this is just another way to create
Yes.
civilizations and NPCs.
So we've got tokens. I generally don't have a problem with NPCs because really, you've got your race, class, and whatnot, your professions. What are they doing? But more importantly, their motivations. Why are they there? Why are they interacting with the party?
Right, and you don't need full stats.
You don't.
For most of your NPCs.
Yeah. It looks like you've got stickers for these, and a box that you can build for that.
What's the label say on the box? Just Wanderer's Guide?
Wanderer's Guide tokens.
Okay.
Tokens.
So, what's the box say?
I mean the book.
The book.
The book. So it says Wanderer's Guide Book 1, art by Andrew Bosley.
Okay. Read the back page.
Okay.
Is that a sleeve or is that just the way it's drawn?
That's just how it's drawn. The Wanderer's Guide, your world, your adventure, an immersive fantasy atlas featuring multiple perspectives ranging from breathtaking worldviews, intricate city designs, to detailed building interiors and dungeons. 50 pages of breathtaking maps, hardcover flat bindings, interactive NPC system. So let's crack this open. Oh, that is nice. That is nice and smooth. It feels like this could possibly be marked on.
You think I can go through with a dry erase marker?
Maybe. All of these pages look like you could possibly put a dry erase marker on.
Yeah, I think I remember that they were people were putting labels on these.
Yeah. Labels will probably be less destructive because dry erase markers, it can be like, oh yeah, this one's fine, and then you mark it off, or this is fine, and then I forget about it for a week, and now it's stuck on there forever.
Right. Or just as bad, I've closed the book, I opened it up, and nothing but
And it's smeared.
Smeared.
Yeah. So maybe don't use dry erase markers on this, but stickers, or oh, what is this?
I think it's another map.
It's another map.
So here it is where we got maps of different locations, but it does require you to label them yourselves.
Yes.
The cloth map was the version of that other one there.
Yeah. And these are all absolutely beautiful.
And he said there's like 50 of those maps?
It looks like it.
In the description.
And all of these are... Yeah, all of them are very much...
So the whole book is nothing but maps.
Hold on. Well, there's an easy way to figure that out. Go to the back.
Let's see if there's an index.
And just go backwards. And we've got NPCs. And notes.
And that's it?
NPCs, and then notes and maps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of... this would be great for, like, knowing, oh, I'm going to be in a farmlands.
Right.
I need a picture of the farmlands. Here's a picture. Good references.
So look at the sheet. Pull off one of the sheets, or just read it and then flip it over so you can see both sides.
Okay.
There's no instructions on how to use this.
Yeah. On the back, we've got... Okay. So on the front, we have the government, the religion, taverns, shops, guilds, the population information.
Mm-hmm.
On the back, we have history, places, people, military defenses, economy, crime and danger, and quest board. So this could have a lot of potential. The thing that I'm working on has a bit more mechanics to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But each one of these could be used for one of your segments or districts.
Oh yeah, I would, for what I've been working on with districts, these could all, instead of government, I'd probably have, the name of the district.
Local leaders.
Yeah, but this would be very adaptable for all of that. Yeah.
And so what we have here is a system agnostic reference tool for people to create their own homebrew with a little extra help.
Yeah, because the system that I'm working on would probably be for 5th edition, but that doesn't mean that you should only be playing 5th edition. I do not believe that Dungeons & Dragons is the end-all be-all for role-playing games.
It definitely isn't.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you want to play.
Yeah, I just happen to like that rule system. Yeah. So what are the plans for next week?
Oh, next week. Well, we are going to definitely be talking about our main topic, which will be therapy. Quite a few of us are rec therapists in RPG research, and we use the therapy modalities. But we're going to talk about where therapy comes into play with our role-playing games and things like that. We will also have another unboxing, which will be the Heroes of the Borderlands starter set. Now, I'm going to get that tomorrow.
Yes.
From my friendly local gaming store, Uncle's Games in Spokane Valley. But we will do a unboxing of it for the cameras.
Yeah.
And we're going to skip Challenge and Champions so we can spend the whole hour seeing just how easy it is for a DM that has not opened the box.
So what I'm hearing is next week my Challenge of Champions is going to be how quickly can I get the Borderlands RPG to play.
Exactly.
Okay. I think I'm up to that.
Because this is supposed to be the easiest entry point yet into Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition.
Okay.
It's not, I can't believe that it's easier than the Beckney version, which starts you off with a choose your own adventure that explains the rules as you go.
Without choose your own adventure trademark attached to it.
Correct. We don't choose go, don't sue us.
Correct. It is
I got nothing to give you.
It is a solo. It's a solo module. It starts off with a solo adventure where you play and you learn how to play the game in that solo adventure. It starts off on the second page. Really?
The only other games that have done this is Pathfinder
Yeah.
and
Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. I was just going to mention that Pathfinder, while they have that for the player's side, they don't have the solo adventure style of where the game master, after they played the solo adventure as a player, can immediately go in and run a game, no prep.
Yeah. That, and I found when we were doing the unboxing for Pathfinder, they were still doing quite a bit of front loading, whereas BECME didn't.
Right. Yeah, they would explain the rule and then have you use it as now Call of Cthulhu didn't explain the rule until you used it.
Right. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking forward to. So this has been the RPG Talk Show, brought to you by the RPG Research. Comments, questions, and suggestions should be directed to info@rpgresearch.com with the subject line including RPG Talk Show.
Remember, besides next week being therapy, always you can donate at rpgresearch.com/donate. And if you want to volunteer, look on our /jobs.
Yes. So see you next week. Good night and
dream well.